I've always loved the ocean just because it's like an escape. The only time that you can like switch off and not think about business or anything is when you're actually trying not to fall off because you're concentrating so hard. My love for the ocean is such a leveler and it's energising. Why are we polluting it? How I first got involved with Seabin was with my business partner, Andrew Turton. He had this very lateral thought of, if you got rubbish bins on land, why can't you put them in the water? It's so simple and so obvious, and there's just this global epidemic of marine litter that affects everybody on Earth and everything living. From that light bulb moment when he told me, the next step for me was to just sort of squirrel away a bit of money and then quit my job. I'd saved up the deposit for a house. It was like 60, 65 grand or something, and we used that to renovate this factory we found with a bunch of mates and then to get the business up and rolling. Little did I know how much the lawyers cost, the patenting, all this sort of stuff, and oh my God. All my life savings had just run out. We weren't quite sure what to do. It was devastating. We just put everything into it. Man, the Seabin project is everything. So we decided to do a crowdfunding campaign, and that was like probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. For the last 2 years, I haven't actually drank coffee because the stress levels got to me so much that it gave me anxiety. I'd never had anxiety before. I didn't even know what that feeling was, and it's only the last 6 months that I've started to drink coffee again. The crowdfunding was actually a blessing in disguise because it really kind of shaped the whole project into how it is, and we now have Seabins in the water. There's about 400 units that are in the water now in only about 8 months. Every Seabin that's in the water gets about 3.9 kilos a day. Our goal for 2018 was to have 400 units in the water. The goal for 2019 is to have 2,000 units in the water.
So it's very exciting to have one of the first Seabins in Australia right here in beautiful Sydney Harbour.
To walk down to a marina and see it clean with a Seabin operating, the water's not oily anymore, there's no more floating debris or nasties in the water. It's so great. I guess one of the second priorities for us is, what do you do with the plastics that you're collecting? The goal is to reuse the plastic. So to be involved with TOMRA is it's amazing. To align ourselves with a company like that, leading the charge on waste management and recycling and that, yeah, it was a no-brainer. I feel pretty excited, but this is my first rodeo, Everyone's like, not my first rodeo, but this is my first rodeo. I've never done anything like this before in my life. So I'm like scared and excited and like quite wary and overwhelmed at the same time, but it's such a great project. And like being a father now, I would say that there's a lot more pressure to make this project succeed, because this is something that is going to affect his generation and his children's ones.